version.
Truth, the same. It's versions.
Type to them to go to a new streamer key, a new live stream.
You want me to tell them to go to a new live stream?
Mm-hmm.
So I just tell them we have to close this one and restart, right?
Wait.
Tell me when.
Just tell them
Want
go.
me to tell them?
Yeah, tell them we had to start on a new
Yes.
stream.
Okay. So I got out of that one.
Welcome
Here
to
you go.
Awake and Activate. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. The beta system would not let me pull up the event that I had already put up. So here we are over here with Vivian, my guest. I'm going to hand it over to her so she can tell you a little bit about herself, the things that she does, the energy work, the Reiki work, the dream interpretation, and all these wonderful gifts that she's got stirred up within her, and a little bit about her journey and her walk. And also, she brought up something new to me right before we went on about sleep positions. So, Vivian?
You know, I do much better. Hi, everybody. With I do much better with questions, like questions at a time. But hi, I'm Vivian, and I live in Texas, and I do different types of mind, body, and spirit therapy for work. And so that's kind of the journey how I got started, especially, you know, just always having a real close relationship with my higher power. So I don't know everything, but some of the things that I do know, I'd like to be able to share. So I'll just let you ask whatever questions first you want to know about, and we can move forward from there.
Can you guys hear both of us okay? Checking in the chat. And hi Voynich and Janice and my Sky's 5D and Pre. How is everybody doing this evening? I'm so sorry for the glitchiness. You know how it goes. You know, YouTube. It's always a learning experience because they keep changing it on us. Well, first I want you to tell a little bit about your history and how you came to where you're at now.
You know, basically.
Not what I already know.
You mean you were like talking about just like my professional, how I got to where I was in the profession that
Your
I'm in,
awakening and everything that's been turned on for you and when it started happening and what's going on with you?
Well, when I was younger, you know, I always had like, I had, of course, the religious teachings,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as growing up in more of a religious type Catholic upbringing. And of course, at that point, you know, I didn't stay with that. I just moved on to a more, as I got older, actually in my 20s, I was trying to find out why I didn't feel the peace that I wanted. And so you'll have to excuse my voice, it's a little gone tonight. But I was trying to figure out why I had not had the peace that I was thinking that I should have had along the lines of a religious God at that time. And so I was going to different churches and getting myself dipped in baptismal, thinking that, yeah, baptismal, and thinking that I was actually going to come out. And at that point, you know, everything in the world was going to be great. I really didn't understand that it was going to be hard for me to, you know, it wasn't going to be that God was just going to take away things, but more be my comfort. And I was not under that understanding at that time. And then it was around 26 years old that I had an experience that happened where I was actually exploited. I was in the church. We were in Texas one night. I had a real strong after.
Your phone's doing that thing again.
What do you want me to do?
Ah, you fixed it. Woo!
Okay.
You didn't have to
I
jump out
brought
and
it.
jump back in.
Well, I kind of brought it forward. Yeah.
Perfect.
So anyway, at that time, at 26 years old, when I almost died from a poisoning that this woman had done from this church, she was trying to get my kids. So she had me sign my kids to her for a weekend or something. And then while I was going through some stuff, and then it's just too long to go into, but I will say during the time I lived through this poisoning. And then one day I was coming in my front door and I had my Bible sitting in my living room, and it blew open when I opened the door to a particular page in Mark where it says, "For you shall know them in my name, for they shall, poisons will come upon them and not harm them, and they shall then lay hands on the sick and they will recover." Well, at this point, I was not a therapist. I wasn't, ever thinking I was going that direction. I was just a struggling single mom with 2 kids, no, no recollection that I would ever land in anything other than the business I was in, which was cleaning houses for people. So anyhow, it's so warm in my house, and I hate to put on the AC because it's starting to cool down outside already tonight.
Nice.
But so what happened was...
That's weird because it's winter.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Texas. We go from like winter to summer every other day. We'll have a 38-degree weather, and then the next day it'll be 75.
What we used to say in Oklahoma is, you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes.
I guess it's a lot like Oklahoma then, 'cause it'll just change.
Just wait 15 minutes. Okay, go on.
So, no, it's okay. So basically, I was working with this one woman where I was cleaning her home, and she was trading some of her work. She was a healer, and she did massage therapy as well. And if you hear funny sounds, it's my elbows on my desk. Okay. But no funny sounds on the show. So what happened was basically that's what started me into first, growing in aspects of meeting her. And I went through a lot. I really did. I was constantly trying to grow out of a place where I married when I was super young. So I was constantly trying to grow out of a place where things were, not so good in my home growing up as a child. And then I was already 14 by the time I got married, and 2 kids by 17. So there was a lot of things. But then it just grew and grew toward, in my life, I've been through I went to these spiritual places called the Light of the Hills. I spent all my life just growing, reading numerous books. And then by the time I was 30-ish, maybe 31 maybe, is when I started doing various different therapies with, I became actually, I'm 29 different licenses in mind, body, and spirit. That doesn't make me any more smarter or any more stronger than anybody else. It just gives me the ability to, when someone reflects back to me, what I need to remember, I do remember it. But a lot of things I was always interested in. Of course, I'm Pisces in nature, so we're all usually, seeking everything in a spiritual sense, because Pisces are going from the heavens to the earth, chasing the fish consistently in the circle. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's kind of a history of how I always believed when I was a kid, I always believed that I could talk straight to God. I never, not that I didn't believe in Christ, but as a child in school, when I was being stoned in the playground, I would always pray to God. I would go to the bathroom and pray to God. That was my prayer place, was the bathroom. And I remember going into the closed door and just always praying, I always knew there was something higher. And I always felt like I never was born with any kind of, I don't really have an angry heart. I can get angry, but I don't have a hateful heart. I don't have any of those things that I see other people have. And then sometimes I wonder, am I human, that, because of that. But I'm sure I am.
Yeah.
I'm sure I am. I have to pinch myself a little bit.
I mean, you get
Michelle.
angry when people like outright wrong you. I mean, when they do something directly to you, you get angry.
I think
you
I
let
get
it go.
hurt, and it comes out. I get hurt, and it comes out in defense or anger.
Mhm.
But I'm not really, like, on a regular basis. I don't like spend my time, trying to walk through life judging. I love everybody pretty much. I try to. There's some people that I've learned that I need to, not necessarily, over the years, because they have a thing, and it was really weird. It's not me, but I think it's called Williams disease or something like that, where I found that there's these people that are born with the inability to feel hate. It was really interesting when I started researching on this, that, I think it's called Williams disease. I'd have to relook it up. Don't mark me on it, but it does start with a W. And these people are literally born with the inability to feel any anger toward humanity. It's really weird. Now, I'm not that far, but I always wondered, did I have some of that in me? So did you want to talk about I just want to say straight ahead that if I ever use the word ascension, it's not necessarily in the meaning that I feel our bodies are going to ascend up.
Mm-hmm.
For me, ascension just means getting to that higher place within myself that's going to lead me to that higher place with when I do
God. Mm-hmm.
crossover. Yes. And maybe even to heaven to me is a different dimension. I'm in the middle right now of writing a book, and I'm going to be getting back to finishing it. I've been procrastinating for the last 2 weeks again, and but it's called Here to Be the Light, and I'm going to be having that hopefully published. I don't want to put a deadline on it.
Sometime
I had a
this
deadline.
year.
Sometime this year. I was hoping March, but I keep procrastinating on it. So, yeah. But I'm hoping that I can get that out there, so that's my beliefs, and it's the way that I feel about life, and I want that out there, if anything, for my family to know what I believe.
Right.
I just love you. I just love you so much.
And
You've been so great to me.
And you've got a degree in psychology.
Yes.
And you do work from home, and that's Reiki. So let's talk about a little bit of what you do, because I got a little tour of your house, and I saw your little office there with the bed and everything, with where they lay out. So it's hands-on Reiki. So you're exchanging energy and massaging at the same time. Yes, is that right?
Well, I have 2 different offices,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them I work out of. That's basically just for
One's got that
body
cool couch on it that we can lay in and talk to you. And the other one has like the bed thing that you lay on to get like a massage. Am I right?
Right. But
Okay.
I do most of my work either with the person sitting up talking to me, unless they feel that, because there's a chair as well, or I work with them
I'd be
on
in
the
that
table.
comfortable couch. I'd be right there.
You
on
like
that
that,
couch.
Chute,
Yes,
right?
I did. It's beautiful and it looks so comfy. I would be like right there with, give me a pillow. Okay, I'm ready.
There's a little pillow there. There is.
I thought.
I didn't get dressed up for the occasion. I'm actually really sick. I've got a little fever, and I'm wearing my PJs for this show. But hey.
You know what? That's okay. Doesn't matter.
Right.
None of that matters. Oh God, I hate these pop-ups. I gotta get rid of we call it Skype. Ever since I got Skype on here, and I never use it, they send me these pop-ups. Something that I was wanting to talk to you about is the wolf moon, which I just did a post on that. It started off as a blood moon, and a guy got a great, fantastic picture of the first day of the moon, which lasted for 3 days. And then it was like 2 days later, the Schumann went black again. How does that, in your thoughts and in your line of work, how is that, disrupting your clientele, the people you're running into, and what are you observing with all of this?
Okay, so basically, I don't necessarily use it in my line of work, but I will tell you that I have seen it really cause a lot of havoc and different energies in people who are struggling with their inner beliefs. I've noticed a lot of I can't say the word, I'm going to say it might not come out right, but it's ambiguity or ambiguous,
There you go.
or I think
Ambiguous.
that's what it's
Ambiguity.
ambiguity, ambiguous behaviors in people. I think that the moon has always controlled the tides, things of that sort. And I do believe it was really weird that we had a Friday when it came out full, and by Sunday and Monday, it was at its fullest, and it stayed full for a long period of time. But I do believe that that wolf moon was in at the appropriate time for 2020, because it was about vision and going in. It's more to go inward. Mm-hmm. Because even though it feels like it's trying to pull us to go outward to, fix the things around us, that's just, I have to put it into words here. To go outward is going to be more of the same behavior that we're trying to get away from by judging others and things of that sort. So this is bringing up a lot of havoc, a lot of physical pain, a lot of emotion in people. And some people, instead of going inward to really work on those issues, it's pushing them to lash out more and maybe feel more less introverted into their self where they need to be, which, hey, I follow that line. I'm not any different than anybody else, but I do believe that as far as the Schumann resonance goes, which I know you're really interested in that, it's not uncommon to have a few hours of dead time in Earth energy.
A few hours.
But not these huge. I mean, I think it was a day or so ago, we had almost a 24-hour period without any energy to the Earth.
Yeah, that was in that video. It was the 14th, half of the 14th, all of the 15th, and half of the 16th.
It's funny, I think you
right
know more about it.
After the wolf
you know
moon.
more about it than me.
Right after that wolf
I really
moon,
think
it went black again. But it's like, if that's the heartbeat, because we had talked before, and you said, like, that's the heartbeat of the Earth. The heartbeat just stopped. And we give off a resonance, a frequency. Is that putting more strain on us? Is there a hole in the ionosphere, in the firmament? Are they just blanking it out as a psyop? I mean, there's just a number of things. But I also can see people acting different. I can feel it within myself, and I put myself in check because I look inward. I still won't say something, you made me mad, you're the cause. Now, somebody could have been the cause for why I got upset, but I still have the choice on how I'm going to respond to it. I can get upset, that's okay. It's how I respond to getting upset is what makes the difference. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, it's okay. The response is only going to be how it affects our inner self, like personally. Like, yes, to respond outwardly would not be good, but to respond inwardly, the pain that you feel when somebody has done something, that's normal to have those emotions and allow yourself to feel them. Because that, if we don't have any sensitivity in this world, then what are we going to be? But at that same time, it's like taking on the responsibility for it and then changing. And sometimes you need to reflect with other people or have, groups of friends. And I do most of my stuff on my own, and as far as work on my own and stuff, because I don't really, talk to many. I've talked to you, Michelle. You're just a sweetheart. And I can feel your energy is just so full of love and care. And you have so much the same heart as me as far as not really, being judgmental or being outward in those things. But as far as
I don't judge anybody because I haven't walked a mile. I haven't walked in their feet even a day. So how can I dare judge anybody? But during this blackout, though, I don't know if I told you this yet. Well, I might have earlier. A friend of mine who I've known for, about 15 years or better. No, it must be about 20 years. A little more than 20 years. I knew him before I met my husband. So this will be my 20th year anniversary, 19th year anniversary, and we were together 2 years beforehand. Well, his kids and my kids were like brother, sister. They played together so much. Well, the oldest son was 29, and now he's passed away. And
Yeah, I think
and
you
that
told me earlier.
happened. Yeah, so we lost my daughter and now him, and it wasn't from illness or anything. These are shock deaths that are happening. So I'd like people, please pray for that family. Please continue to pray for my family. This is not an easy thing to deal with. And I can totally relate with the father, but this happened in that duration, a period of the blackout.
And I believe that, as you were talking about that, and you know how I am, you figured me out already, but as you were talking about it earlier, I do believe that because of that conflict, when 2020 arrived, and then the energy from the wolf moon and the Schumann resonance and everything, it's turning people, into places that they don't want to go, and maybe then causing some things, for people to do things to their bodies they shouldn't do, and it is really sad. That's very painful. You have to really pray for the people who are left behind, though. I've written a lot of poetry for funerals for people, and it has really helped them. I thought it was just going to be something personal I gave to a family member, and next thing you know, they're reading it at the funeral to help them, get over it. And I really feel good about that. I really feel that is just because it's the people who are left behind that actually suffer the pain of loss. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but as far as
it's horrible. I mean, it's absolutely horrible. Because this situation, you'll always wonder if is there something I could have done to prevent this. Now with my daughter, that was a car accident, and they were just driving foolishly, but she didn't do anything. She had the will to live. But when and it seems to be the children that are between 20 and 35. They're dropping like flies, and this has got to stop. This has got to stop. I also want to mention to you guys that come in here to see me live that if you go to Hebrew's channel, I'm on there every Tuesday and Tuesday night. And if Armor Up will put that channel link in the chat for you guys, you'll know to go over there on Tuesday nights. And I do believe that Viv, Truth Sets You Free, will be on for a ladies' night over there. And, we talk about serious things, but then we also have a lot of fun over there. So if you need to take a break or, just relax a little bit, I welcome you to come over there. And Pre has been over there, and he actually called in, and you called in last Tuesday. So sometimes he puts the phones up, and Armor Up is on there sometimes, and it's just a lot of fun. And so I just wanted to make sure that is out there, and for people to come, and how important it is that we support one another and lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. And
Absolutely.
with that said, in the description box is a GoFundMe link for, I don't know if everybody knows him, for Scare Performance. He's having some major health issues, and he is reaching out. And I have to tell you, when this happened to my daughter, and we had to do it, it's a very humbling experience to have to admit that there's something that is bigger than you that you financially cannot do. There was no way. And it's very humbling to even set up a GoFundMe. So, the quicker he can get what he needs, the quicker he could take it down. I mean, that was, as soon as I put it up, that was my focus, was how fast can I take this sucker down? And I got it down within a month. And that's because of the community is so awesome. And my family and friends rallied around. Okay, now back to you. Those were my announcements. And if Armor wouldn't mind to continue to, as the show goes on, to post Hebrew's link, I would appreciate it. And hi, everybody in the chat. I'm going to have to squint because I can't see at the same time. Can you see the chat? Can you do a shout out, Viv?
Oh, yeah. So let me see. I guess this is how I'll do it. I'll just scroll to the top and see who's all in here. It's Vonich, uh, and my sky's F5D,
5D.
Prela Minimal, Janice Ames,
Mm-hmm.
and
JJ.
Jane Armor Up, and Janice Ames again, sorry, and then Dead GPK.
Oh, Dad's in the house. Ooh, ooh.
And I think that's it. No, and then Raven Hawk.
Raven
She's
Hawk
here.
and
She's
Brenda
awesome.
Mitchell.
And Brenda Mitchell, I'm almost down there. Okay, and I think that's it, unless there's somebody else.
And some
I
lookers.
guess I've never done a call out before.
That was your first shout out. Breaking you in quick, sister.
Yay, wee!
Okay, let's continue on with our conversation about the Schumann and how it responds and people can react.
Well, the
Inner
aches
turmoil.
and pains that are physically coming from this resonance, it's like if you were to take a battery and then put
And
it up against
Sagittariusly
something and just
speaking.
Sagittariusly speaking.
Sagi's in the house.
Mhm.
We missed one. I think he was lurking, so that's his fault. He knows I can joke at him. He's fun. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, it's okay. I don't want to interrupt you. I want to stop when you're talking.
Which is what I should be doing.
So do you want me to talk about the physical body experiences?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are just will experience the energy. Some people are not sensitive to it. Some people just are zombies walking on, just doing their own thing. And then there's other people that are very, very sensitive, and they're sensitive to physical energy changes, especially people like you who do your own form of energy work. So a lot of people that I do know are experiencing, some of my clients as well, aches, pains, different headaches, maybe just all around. People are like, even this lady was writing today on this post on Facebook. She was talking about her child has ADHD. She doesn't put it on medication, thank God. And I was talking to her about some natural stuff she could use, and she said she feels that the moon had just a whole lot to do with him just bouncing off the walls, So, I think that the physical aches and pains can be joint. I know somebody that does some posts to YouTube, and I don't know his show name, so I can't pronounce it.
No other shout outs tonight except for Hebrew.
Yeah, Hebrew. He's there?
No, I said no other shout outs tonight for channel links except for Hebrew.
Oh, okay. So what happened was, his thing is, he talks about the Schumann resonance, and he said that he couldn't even move his body. He felt like an 80-year-old man.
Oh my.
Yeah, that he works out, he's buff, built, spends his time at the gym. He said that he just felt like he was attacked with, and so it's just the idea behind how that happens is if you have energy, a magnet, and it starts to either pull, and then when the magnet is no longer pulling, the body goes through the changes as the Schumann resonance stops and starts. It's going to change, and we're going to be going through up until sort of mid-March. There's going to be some real interesting changes that are going to be going on in our energy, and a lot of people, like I said, I think it's a time to really. I was reading something earlier that says just go in to yourself. And you sit in a room with the door closed. It was like a little parable. It said, go to your room and sit in it with the door closed. That's where you're going to go anywhere. It was like a calendar thing, but it really made sense because that's what we're really needing to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I did have some interesting things that I had done, and I didn't know if it would be okay with you if I just kind of read this thing that I wrote on how to relax yourself during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And meditating is really a good tool.
This show is all about sharing what you know so we can listen and grow. So read on.
Well, so meditating is about relaxing and getting into yourself. And if you already have a relationship with God, then you already know you're protected, when meditating. So this is just a wholeness meditation that can actually help with some of these shifts in moods and energies that are kind of like really affecting me right this minute. because it's so hot in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's getting cool outside though. It's like finally down to like 65, I think. But so basically, if you want to follow along, you can just kind of close your eyes, and I'll try not to stumble when I read. Okay. It says wholeness meditation. Now, I'll just say one more thing. I've done this for groups of people back in the past. I used to go to some meditation drum circles and some other groups that I was involved with called the Light of the Hills and different things where we would all go out and just practice releasing the stress from the week so that we could go in and share love with people versus, tearing them down. So, okay, so close your eyes and take 4 deep breaths. And I would prefer through your nose and out your mouth.
Like box breathing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's take an inventory of your body and make a note of any place where you're experiencing pain and tension. Send your breath to any blocked areas as you allow yourself to breathe and allow tensions to release. Take your time in doing so you can truly allow your body to relax. Imagine yourself going to a place you love in nature where you feel very filled up with energy. The thought of this place brings you a sense of calmness and joy. Walk around expanding your vision 36 degrees and take in all you see into your senses. Allow yourself to really feel being in this place. Feel the air on your skin. Is it wet, dry, warm, or cold? Feel your feet on the ground and wiggle your toes in the earth. Touch the earth. Listen to all the sounds. Do you hear water running or wind blowing? Are there sounds of life here, or is it very still? Smell all the smells. Now look around and find a tree you can sit with. Ask the tree permission to sit with it for a while. And if it says yes, sit down on the ground, leaning your back against the tree and feeling the solid support you have. Take symbolic journey inside the tree, starting with the root system. Imagine being able to suck water up through the roots, bringing nutrients to every part of the tree and through your entire body. Feel how you start to pulsate with life and energy as each cell is being fed. Allow that energy to move throughout your body as you experience it moving through the trunk of the tree, into its branches, and through your own extremities, feeding the leaves and the fruit that represent life, this life, feeding your life. Feel your connection with all of life. You are part of a great whole. None of us are here alone. Now really lean back into that tree and experience the love of the universe. Know that you are right now being given guidance on how to find the tools to bring you to a place of wholeness. And try to remember this, I will add this, that you have been given the gift of this life, that no matter the confusions and the things that are going around right now in this world with politics or any of that, just know that you've been given this gift to be here in this present moment. Be in this moment. And then allow yourself to be in your next one when you're called to be there. And that's it. I was almost putting myself to sleep.
I was just meditating with it. I was just going with the flow. It's beautiful. And by the way, JJ, yes, I lived in Oklahoma. I know you asked that a long time ago, but I didn't want you to think I skipped your question. I can't really see the chat very well because it's really far away from me. But yeah, I did see that. But yep, Oklahoma. I was in Oklahoma for about 22 or 23 years. Yeah, I was there for a while. So I can have an Oklahoma accent, or I can go straight to California. Because I was born and raised in California and then moved to Oklahoma, spent 20 some odd years there, and then came back out here. So about half my life was there, and half was like so far here.
I feel like singing that song.
Oklahoma.
I have a habit of that when I meet somebody from Oklahoma.
Are we off key, guys? I love Oklahoma. It's just what I like about California is the mountains and the oceans and the options. It was very flat and dusty and tornadoes. I mean, I'm not afraid of tornadoes, and I'm not afraid of earthquakes because I lived in both places and I faced tornadoes and just not that scary. But then I didn't go running right up to them or anything. I didn't play like Helen Hunt and Twister. But, I've seen them. But it seemed like where we lived, since we had, there was a refinery there, that they just kind of went around us. Something about whatever that was emitting, it just broke it down. It just broke down the funnel clouds. Just broke them down. So we never got harmed. Got lucky. Because, I seen some coming straight. We were in the path. And they just broke apart, dissipated. Now, some say because of it's used to all be one tribal ground, area. And it's a blessed, sacred land. So, with that blessing, it carries over. Now, there is still tribal lands in there, not the size of what they were before, but they still do have their land. It's just barely south of what they were, we would live, what city is or whatever, but all that land is considered sacred. So, who knows? We don't know what realms or other things, what can cause and affect other things that are going on. And I don't put anything past anything anymore. My mind is completely open because of the anomalies that we have witnessed ourselves. It's sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. You can't write this stuff. It's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing and beautiful. And we're so different and unique. And we all bring something else to the table. Otherwise, this place would be boring. But we all have different gifts and abilities, and to enhance one another. Once we stop the fighting with each other and trying to control each other, then the beauty will shine through, and we'll appreciate for what we all have to offer each other. Yeah.
So true. So true. Amen on that one. Yep.
And I think I look at it like this: praying is talking to God, and meditation is listening.
It's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Such a little point.
You gotta keep your, you gotta be open to receive. So you pray, and then you be quiet, and you meditate, and you quiet your mind, and allow that inner voice to become louder and louder. So you allow the Spirit to speak. So You're going to have to send me that, by the way. Email me that. Please.
What did you want me to email you?
What you just read, silly goose.
Oh, the meditation. Yeah, you know what I can do is I can take a screenshot of it. Because I have it on a paper I typed up years ago, so this is back before my trainings, and I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I do a lot of different ones. I have, if you ever want to do another show where I come on, just do a quick meditation with everybody. That's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, guys, and, you let me know in the comments, and you let me know in the chat, because I will watch it back because I, can't see it very well. And let me know if you would enjoy that. Hey, do you know when you're coming on Taco Tuesday? And it's not like tacos. It's not eating tacos, except for he's got a good sense of humor. So you got to see his intro. It's hilarious. But it's Tuesday, like conversation, talk.
It's real cute, isn't it? Little play on words.
Little play
I
on
love
words.
plays on words. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. But he does go on for a couple hours. But it is fun to be a part of that show. It really is. And Shifty Sunday. listening to Shifty Sunday is pretty interesting too.
Well, I think that he said something about ladies' night, and that he would let me know, and then I would go on there. And I think we're gonna, maybe talk about some light subjects like cooking and things like that. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about light subjects, but you know us. We'll go deep. We'll go deep on him.
Yeah.
So please, guys, make sure that you check it out over there. I have been going live just on another channel, and I've been so busy, and I've got, like, just like you guys, a gazillion things going on, and YouTube, like, trying to get on tonight was, everything has changed on here so much that it's making it harder and harder for us to just come on and have a conversation. It's just... Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I'll
no taking calls while you're
turn
live.
it down. No, I won't. I just tried to turn the volume down as much as I could. See,
We're almost done.
Well, I thought, do you want me to share a little bit about just a little fun thing for everybody to do for their sleep?
Yeah, the sleep position thing that you were talking about. Yes, I'm interested. I've never heard of it. This is new for me too.
There's such a delay between where we talk and the other thing. It's freaky, but it'll all come out okay in the end. It basically talks about sleep positions giving clues to your personality. And it really helped me a lot because I sleep in 2 different positions. And I'll just name the different positions first, and then I'll read what each position means.
Cool.
So, like, there's the photos position, and that's where you
Can't hear you.
on your side.
Your sound.
Your knees bent.
Fix your sound.
Oh no, did I fix it?
Nope.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to hang up and come back in?
There you go. Hang on. Say something again.
Okay, is that better?
No, it was for a second. Doggone it. Yeah.
Do you want me to hang up and come back in?
Yes. Hurry and pop back in.
Okay, I'll come right back.
Okay. In the meantime, guys, like I was saying, I am on every Tuesday, so I am live over there. So come join the party and have some fun. And he brings up Mandela effects, and he's got all kinds of characters, and he does a lot of different things. And she's back. Let me get her back in.
Hi.
Hi. Much better, sweetie. Much better.
I was thinking, I was thinking about the time frame, like when me and you get to talking, personally, and then we can talk, and then time will just disappear. It'll be like 5 hours.
Well, it's
3
gone.
hours,
And it feels like 15, 20 minutes.
Right. But you look at the clock and it's been like 5 hours. And I used to have that happen years ago with one other person. And I think it's just really interesting how that can take place. So anyway, the photos position is where if you're a person, so you might want to think of your sleeping positions as I say this. So your photos position is if you're sleeping on your side and you have your hands kind of up like that, and you've got your knees bent, and maybe even have a pillow wrapped between your legs, that kind of thing. And then the log is a person who literally lays on their side, but their arms are straight out to their body like a soldier. Okay? And then there's a thing called the yearning. And the yearning position is where you're laying straight on your side, legs straight out, not bent at all, and your arms are stretched out to the side in front of you, kind of like that. I don't know if I'm doing it.
Like
where you can see it.
tucked under your pillow.
Yeah, not even. Maybe yes, that would be okay, but it's straight out. There. And then if you're laying like a soldier, you're laying on your back. Yeah, that's it right there. So there's such a delay, but I saw you do it just now. The soldier is straight on your back with your arms straight down, just like literally there to your side, and you're flat on your back. And then there's the free faller, and that person is 7%. Now let's go back just real quick. Photuses are 41% of people sleep that way. Logs are 15%. Yearners are 13%. Soldiers are 8% of people. And then the free faller. Now I was a free faller when I was a kid. I laid straight on my stomach with my arms out to the sides, bent up over my pillow. And that one is a 7%. And then there's the starfish, and that's a 5% of our population sleeps like that. So I'm going to read you, and if you can kind of think, and maybe I can show you the picture, and I don't know if this will help on the screen, but this is what each position looks like: the starfish, the free faller, the soldier. I'm going the wrong way because my finger was looking in the camera. And so anyway, I'm going to read a little bit because it's so interesting. I am actually a starfish sleeper and a photis. And I tend to land on my back, but my arms are always over my head. So that's the starfish time. And I start out my sleep as a photis position. So the photis, I'll point to the picture and then I'll read what it is. I'll try to do it quick because it's really interesting. It's so interesting. If you apply it to yourself, you can find out a little bit more about your personality type. And so that's your photis. And photis is those who curl up into the photis position are described as tough on the outside, but sensitive at heart. It says they may be shy when they first meet somebody, but soon relax. Like coming on here, I think I'm sweating because I'm, in public or whatever.
A little nervous.
Right. So I'm a photis when I first go to sleep. Then the log, so let's go to the log picture and I'll just do each one. The log is this: arms straight down to the side, and you're on your side, but you're just like literally laying like a log. It says the photis is the most common sleep position, but only 5% of the people do it. That's really weird. It says lying on your side is the log with both arms down to your side. These sleepers are easygoing, social people who like being part in the crowd and who are trusting of strangers, however they may be gullible. And the next position is the yearner. And then I'm going to show you the yearner picture because that's the one where the arms are just kind of log position with the arms.
So it is under the pillow. Yeah.
Well, one, I guess it could be either way.
Because your head would be a little raised. That's why it looks funny in the picture. But your arms are stretched out under the pillow. So your head would, yeah. Okay, so let me read the yearner. The yearner people who sleep on their side with both arms out in front are said to have an open nature, but can be suspicious, cynical. They are slow to make up their minds, but once they have taken a decision, they're unlikely to ever change that decision. And then the soldier, which is, let me go like this. Here's the soldier right there. The sun side up? Yep. I see the pillow.
Right next to the yearner, right?
Oh,
right where my finger.
Okay, hold on. I can see the pillows now. I couldn't see the pillows before. Okay. So her arms are not tucked underneath the pillow.
Right.
I got you.
I figured you saw something I didn't see, so I wasn't going to say anything. This one, the soldier, it says 8% lying on your back with both arms pinned to your sides. Most people who sleep in this position are generally quiet and reserved. They don't like fuss, but set themselves and others at high standards. I don't think I've ever laid that away. I don't recall waking or going to sleep in that position. Then the free faller, and that was me before I became sleep apneic. I used to love, not that one, this one. I used to love to sleep on my stomach. That's all I ever did.
Me until the car accident.
Yeah, I can't. I'm on my back. Back. I get you.
Now I gotta have the curled up with the pillow and everything just to line it straight so I can even get any sleep. Get the pressure off my back. Go ahead. Yep,
that's right. Because when you're laying on your stomach and your back is caving down in, that is putting more pressure on those discs. Yeah, I can't do it. I miss it. It says the free faller lying on your front with your hands around your pillow and your head turned to one side. Often are gregarious and brash people, but can be nervy and thin-skinned underneath and don't like criticism or extreme situations. So I guess God wanted us to not feel that way no more, so he rolled us over, girl.
Good job.
And the last one would be the starfish, which I really love sleeping. Wait a minute. I love sleeping in the starfish position. The problem with that is I wake up and I can't feel my hands because something's with my neck, and then my hands are completely numb, and my arms are up like that. And the starfish is lying on your back with both arms up around the pillow. These sleepers make good friends because they are always ready to listen to others and offer help when needed. They generally don't like being the center of attention. I'm a mix between the photis and the starfish. And I thought that would be something that y'all could, when you're listening to it, the professor that did this was Idakowski. And he did a study of people sleeping. And then when he studied their sleep, he studied their personalities and had them do personality tests. So it was really cool. It's always good to learn new things, not to stay, stuck in a certain way where you don't, find out about the human body and how we manifest even in our sleep, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely we do. We're creating in our sleeps. Yeah, you ever wake up and feel like you're just exhausted, like you've been working all night? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on, and as the more aware of it, it's almost like the more tired we are when we wake up because we're busy and we're actually remembering it. Even if it's just for a brief few moments when we wake up before we lose it, we're remembering what we saw and did when we first wake up, and we're like, I'm just exhausted. I need some sleep, but then you go back to sleep and you're like, no, I'm afraid I'm going to go back to work again.
And even the Schumann resonance is also triggering with the moon, was with those two together, because the blood moon was all about really visions and dreams. Mm-hmm. And I was having such clear dreams. I was actually having some nightmares, but I was actually having some really clear dreams during this time frame where, they were just like stories that were lasting for hours, because people say your dream only is 3 minutes. It's not true. I'd wake up, look at the clock, go back to sleep, and still continue the dream. Mm-hmm. So I can lucid dream really easily. But these dreams were, some of them, that seemed like hours long, very clear, very vivid. I like to study my dreams in the morning. I do wake up and try to read a little bit about the objects. So you can go on Google and you can say, what does it mean to see a feather in my dream? And it'll give you the answer right there. I always believe that there are different things that were given to us for us to see. And I don't know if I've been listening to the book of Enoch over the last few nights. I've just been turning it on and letting somebody else read it, because it's just easier, because some of the words are like, I'd be there forever.
Those $100 words.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I've been listening to it, and there was so much about it that a lot of people, they didn't put it in the Bible, that particular book, because they thought that they didn't need to put it in there, but it was interpreted as this man's dreams. But I believe he was actually living in a time where he was experiencing, alien and different life form, water life, life underwater. It's pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't want to bore you.
No. Right. Are you guys bored? Anybody bored out there? No. They're not. They enjoy the sleep. Raven's on Sundays.
Raven's a photis. She's a photis position, because she was saying what she likes to sleep like, and it's basically those who curl up into that position are tough on the outside, but sensitive at heart. More than, and then it says they may be shy when they first meet somebody, but soon relax. And that is really so your personality.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. I can feel her.
Yeah. That is so cool. Can you hold up the picture for a minute, so just in case somebody comes back and wants to take a screenshot of it, or find it on the internet? And what these are called is sleep position gives personality clue. 1 of 10 people like to cover themselves entirely with the duvet. I wonder what it says about blanket covers and then blanket shedders.
Well, what they were saying was there are people who like to sleep directly under the duvet, under the cover, and that was my husband. He covered his whole head up.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Is everybody got their screenshot?
That's good. Yeah, they can come back and take it.
It's getting hard to hold. I was like,
No. And they also know now where to find it and
they can
look up the meanings and
this
stuff.
guy's work. This Professor Chris Idakowski, Zikowski.
Can you put it, are you able to get into the chat?
Yeah, let me just move this closer to me. CHRIS.
If anybody is interested. And by the way, Raven is on Shifty Sunday, and so is Armor Up on Hebrews channel.
Okay, Chris.
And also, Hebrews going to be coming over here to introduce himself to all of you guys. Anybody that hasn't met him yet. Hi, Burgos.
Okay, this is the name of the doctor who does the, it's basically sleep positions give personality clue. So I'll write that down.
I didn't forget Sadji. Oh yeah, well Sadji's on every show. Oh yeah, I did forget about Sadji, and well, I think of Sadji and Hebrew as one because they're always on the show together and they complement each other so well. Host and co-host, don't they? Like Sadji and Hebrew.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be like missing something if he's not there.
Two things at once. Yeah, they almost seem like brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one's the logical and the other is the comical. I mean, like they.
One's the older and one's the younger. I think, if I look at it, I think Sadji's the older, and
He's
then
probably like
Hebrew's
15 or
the younger.
16.
In a good way.
In a good way. In a good way. Yes.
He's
yes,
awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, do you have any final thoughts? Because we are at an hour.
No, I think that was a lot of fun. It went a lot smoother than I thought it would.
Everybody says that. They get so nervous, and then when they do it, it's like, oh, no big deal. Plus, a lot of people, are they're not used to me going live, and YouTube has been doing the knocking off so people don't get their notifications, so they have to go back and re-hit the bells and stuff like that. So by the time they finally get it, it's late. The show's over. So, and if I started coming on live a little more often for people, then they would know to expect it. But so much has been going on, and I want to bring you guys 100%. Because you're worth 110%, and I just want to bring you everything that I can, to broaden our perspective, and also have you guys come on, like Viv is here, to share, so we can all broaden our perspective by each other, by what we know, what we can share with one another. I don't want people to follow me. I want people to do your own research and find yourself within and what you have to offer to this beautiful puzzle, this life, and what we have to offer to lift each other up and bring each other along on this path together. It's not supposed to be a one person take all game. We're in it together.
Absolutely. We're all here. And don't forget to hit the like button for sure on this, and maybe make comments below. And with all the energies that she's putting into the show, she deserves that. That's for sure. I'd love to come on here again and share some more stuff. I was going through the notebooks today that I have because I was shedding paper that I didn't need. Mm-hmm. And I have this file drawer in it. It has all kinds of information and stuff that I've read over the years that I've printed out or written. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I would love to share again. You just let me know,
Yeah. This is your introduction. You'll be on again.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second, guys. You're going to see the infinity screen. I apologize for that. And I love you guys all so much. And please share what you know and listen so we can grow, and have yourself a wonderful evening.